Imagine waking up to a coastline that once sparkled under the sun, now suffocated beneath a thick black sheen. The air smells sharp and toxic, seabirds struggle helplessly in sticky sludge, and the waves, once alive, move slowly as if burdened by something unnatural. This is not a scene from a dystopian movie. This is the reality of an oil spill. But what exactly is an oil spill, and why does it have such devastating consequences for the environment, wildlife, and even human life? Let's explore right here on History of Simple Things. At its core, an oil spill is the release of liquid petroleum into the environment, particularly into oceans, seas, rivers, or coastal areas. This petroleum can come in many forms: crude oil extracted directly from the earth or refined products like gasoline and diesel. Most oil spills are the result of human activity. They often occur during the transportation of oil via massive tanker ships, through pipeline leaks, or during drilling operations at offshore rigs. Sometimes they happen due to accidents, collisions, equipment failures, or natural disasters. But regardless of the cause, the outcome is often the same: widespread environmental damage that can last for years or even decades. To understand why oil spills are so destructive, you need to consider the nature of oil itself. Oil is hydrophobic, meaning it does not mix with water. Instead, it floats on the surface, forming a slick that can spread rapidly over vast areas. A single spill can cover hundreds or even thousands of square kilometers in a relatively short time. As it spreads, it creates a barrier that blocks sunlight from reaching marine plants and algae, which are essential for oxygen production and the entire aquatic food chain. Without sunlight, these organisms begin to die, setting off a chain reaction that affects everything from tiny plankton to large marine predators. Wildlife is among the most visible and heartbreaking victims of oil spills. Birds, for example, rely on their feathers for insulation and buoyancy. When oil coats their feathers, it destroys their natural waterproofing, causing them to become cold, heavy, and unable to fly or float properly. Many birds die from hypothermia, drowning, or starvation. Marine mammals like seals and otters face similar problems, as their fur becomes matted with oil, stripping away its insulating properties. Fish and shellfish are not spared either. Oil can clog their gills, poison their tissues, and disrupt their reproductive systems. But the impact of an oil spill goes far beyond immediate wildlife casualties. Oil contains toxic compounds such as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which can persist in the environment long after the visible slick has disappeared. These chemicals can accumulate in the bodies of marine organisms, entering the food chain and eventually affecting human health. Communities that rely on fishing often suffer significant economic losses, as contaminated waters lead to declining fish populations and unsafe seafood. Tourism also takes a hit, as polluted beaches and damaged ecosystems drive visitors away. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with oil spills is cleaning them up. There is no perfect solution, and each method has its limitations. Mechanical methods such as skimmers and booms aim to contain and remove oil from the water's surface. Chemical dispersants can break oil into smaller droplets, allowing it to mix more easily with water and be degraded by bacteria. But this can introduce additional environmental risks. In some cases, controlled burning is used to remove large amounts of oil quickly, though it releases pollutants into the air. Even with the best efforts, complete cleanup is rarely possible, and some oil inevitably remains in the environment. Time is a critical factor in responding to an oil spill. The faster the response, the better the chances of minimizing damage. However, many spills occur in remote or difficult-to-access areas, making rapid response challenging. Weather conditions such as strong winds and rough seas can also complicate cleanup efforts, spreading the oil further and making containment more difficult. This is why prevention is often considered the most effective strategy. Strict regulations, improved technology, and better safety practices are essential to reducing the risk of spills in the first place. Despite the grim reality, there have been advancements in both prevention and response. Modern oil tankers are often designed with double hulls to reduce the risk of leaks. Monitoring systems can detect pipeline issues early, and emergency response teams are better trained and equipped than ever before. Scientists are also exploring innovative solutions, such as oil-eating bacteria and new materials that can absorb oil more efficiently. While these developments offer hope, they do not eliminate the risk entirely. Ultimately, an oil spill is more than just an environmental accident. It is a powerful reminder of our dependence on fossil fuels and the risks that come with it. Each spill tells a story of interconnected systems, human industry, natural ecosystems, and the delicate balance between them. When that balance is disrupted, the consequences ripple outward, affecting not just the environment but economies, communities, and future generations. So the next time you hear about an oil spill in the news, picture more than just a dark patch on the water. Think of the ecosystems beneath the surface, the wildlife struggling to survive, and the long-term impact that may not be visible right away. Because an oil spill is not just a moment in time, it's a lasting scar on the planet, one that reminds us of the urgent need to protect the world we all share. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.